interesting was only one player from Evil Geniuses actually flanked there, I believe, down through Garage to try to get over towards Panda's base. The rest of the players doubled back to their own base, and Ninja, of course, coming through the Garage side here to actually get that return. So it was kind of an interesting strategy, one you'd expect many more players of Evil Geniuses to actually be flanking around by the Garage.
Well, we've seen Camo in the hands the last couple times of Evil Geniuses. This time, Cloud is actually able to get control of that Camo. I think he got that around like the 330 mark and desperately trying to stay alive. Backs away towards bottom center, which can be very vulnerable if players know he's there. But Cloud wisely backing down, and we're going to see what he can do because prior, the only cap we saw that Panda Gaming got was during kind of like the stalemate situation where Ryan got a clutch recovery. Now it looks like they're going to be able to work their way back with this one and tie this game up. Looks like Panda Gaming is heating up.
And that's being led by Goofy. He had the railgun, picked up 2 kills with it in a row, grabbed the double. He is out of ammo, but he has jumped back up to top center, spots another player, gets some damage down on him. So that's going to be a good opportunity as Cloud, you can see here, starts to push up. That player jumping up around top center that just gets taken out is, in fact, Goofy as well. Cloud with a big 1v1 kill here. I really like this play. He's going to be able to stay alive long enough. No, he will not EG too clutch with their grenades, knows how to get people out of their own engine here.
Now let's jump on board with one of the most underrated pros in the game. He's been always kind of overshadowed by his brother as far as it comes to stats, but you and I both had the pleasure of teaming with Lunchbox at some points in our career, and we can attest to how good that player is.
Oh yeah, so much better than Roy who gets the chance against the Lunchbox.
Yeah, we'll jump back on and give Lunchbox some love because, like I said, he's an incredible player. As you can see, got a double kill at the moment. Eventually taken out, but let's stay with Lunchbox through respawn and see how he reacts because he sees his teammate run the flag. And look how he's even turned his death screen after he died to go to one of his teammates and notice that there's a player top catwalk.
Now,
so right
he is
here,
playing really overly aggressive, though, I feel like. A couple of those challenges, including in Pro League last week as well, he's needs to hide and wait for teammates a little bit more.
Look at his awareness of the situation. Realizes 2 of his teammates died across the map near Salo's side, so he just waits at his front door, gets that trade on Ryan. Cloud is eventually able to take him out, but he was just aware of that situation, realizes it's a 2-on-4 time, so he just had to play defense, guard his flag, and that's exactly what the twins, Roy and Lunchbox, do, getting 2 kills and almost certainly stopping this flag run.
Roy doesn't want anyone to see his eyes here as he's got that hat on. He is being a magician right now as he's battling this player here on his own elbows. Teller's going to end up grabbing a kill, but is going to be cleaned up. He does spot the player running around bottom middle. He goes into the dip area here. Roy does not want to challenge it, just wait for his teammates, wait for help. You can see there is red X's on his screen. Players that have been taken out. He's trying to set up in this treehouse. Both players spotted each other. Cloud actually wins that 1v1. Lunchbox top center to go ahead and clean that up.
Yeah, and it looks like EG just are constantly on defense at the moment. Even when we see Roy try to make a push eventually out, even shut down just once he gets to the treehouse, they have not been able to get over this 50-yard line at the moment.
So let's go ahead and take a look at Gabriel. He's got the camo, just grabs 1 kill, grabs a double kill. Big plays here from Gabriel as he's starting to collapse on the Evil Geniuses base. Still has a little bit left, and that camo is, in fact, just now going to run out here. So,
and Gabriel getting another clean up in the courtyard. Great call to switch over to Gabriel. He's doing a lot of damage here. However, he needs to get in that base a little faster. It seems like he had a teammate in there. I believe it was Goofy who ended up getting takeout on the flag. But Gabriel dies and was, like I said, a little too late over at the enemy flag. When you get a few kills like that, I think you need to collapse in on the opposing base right away to block the spawns out and have them spawn silo.
Oh, I completely agree. You're not going to be able to get flag pulls when their opposing team is in their own engine.
When they're spawning there, especially.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like on Truth. If you're going to run a car side, you have to get a player in bubble. It's the same kind of thing in there on Fathom. Now we are watching here as Ryan so quick on the charge, grabs that flagpole. We are tied up 2-2. We are in overtime right now. It's going to be next cap to win regardless. But look, I don't see any player outlines here. Nobody's going to be, one player in position to stop it. They got to get this return here now. It looks like one other person trying to contest, but not going to be enough.
Wow. That is a huge comeback for Panda Gaming. They were down 2-0 at the beginning of that game, and they started to catch their own stride. I want to give props out there to Ryan Noob for getting in that kill/flag run. He does not hesitate. As soon as he got that 1 kill, he got the flag all the way back to his courtyard before that player even spawned. It just goes to show sometimes if you run the objective quickly and you do it at the correct time, it can be very devastating.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a really impressive performance. We were talking about it earlier today that they were playing like a pro team. They were winning not through their individual skill, but through teamwork. And then, of course, this is a squad that has that individual skill to go along with it. Take a look at some of these kills here.
Outslaying as well.
24. Who is that with 24 there? Is that Goofy?
What screen do you see the stats on? Gabe's screen?
I don't see it anymore.
There we go. Gabriel's
Goofy.
screen will look. We see 24, and I believe that was, yes, Goofy.
Yeah, so Goofy being a monster that game, and Ryan Noob, actually. And we just saw Panda outslay Evil Geniuses.
Yes. And we're going to have to see EG bounce back. You know that they're not hoping to go in the losers bracket their very last match of the night. I believe this is the last match of the night.
Or two more.
I don't know. I doubt we have too many more because they're going to have to finish this bracket tomorrow. We'll figure out again later.
Yeah. But, hey, look, we're 5-5 now.
Yes, we are on the game types as we see game number 2 going to be Truth, Team Slayer. I'm not sure how I'm feeling this way. I would have favored EG right off the bat, but the fact is we saw Panda Gaming come back from a 2-0 deficit, come back and control the match, and just felt like EG were playing passive. I agree with times where you have to play defense. Lunchbox saw 2 of his teammates dead, had to play defense on the flag, but there were so many other times where they just didn't flood out. They played scared. They should have been pushing out, getting at least some sort of control or presence on the top half of the map.
And they were controlling the power-up and power-weapons better. They had multiple camos that game, and I really did not see Evil Geniuses be able to get anything done with those camos. Ninja had a good moment, but was taken out almost instantly when he had it. So it's essentially just Panda, better map control, better coordination here as a team to come back, especially from a 2-0 deficit.
And especially better in the stalemate situations. Both times there was both flags out, it seemed like Panda Gaming either got the cap or they at least got the recover.
Yeah, I don't remember how the first capture went, but the last 2 captures were led by Ryan Noob on a return and on that last flag pull.
Now Goofy over here trying to stay alive over on the red side of the map. He's the only one over here, so he sees his teammates all the way across the map. And he's just trying to be super sneaky towards this attic, just crouch walking this entire time and still not spotted in this area. He knows as soon as he shoots, he's going to be spotted out. And there's that sword. Did not even need to show up on radar to be sniffed out there.
All right, but Gabriel has some great shots to actually take out Ninja, and that's always a horrible feeling when you're hiding in a corner like that. You haven't done any damage, done anything with your teammates there for a good 15 to 20 seconds, and all of a sudden, sword.
He's just thinking he's going to get the ultimate flank. He was going to be a top 5 UGC play there, getting the back smacks on the members of EG, but did not quite turn out that way.
He could see the overkill happening before his eyes, but no, Ninja says, I got this one. And Ninja, look at that. He did commit suicide with that fuel rod, but not till after he got a double kill with it. So 11-5 lead, pretty healthy one to start with Evil Geniuses, but as we've seen from Evil Geniuses time and time again, lead doesn't necessarily ensure victory.
No, absolutely, especially when they start playing a bit too passive towards the end of the game. So I'd like to see EG just keep this pace up the entire time, and it looks like they're worried about just controlling the most significant parts of the map. So obviously they're controlling Pink, they're staying up high. We see Ninja, I believe, over a bubble. They have people up high the entire time. One contrast I would show before is when we watched games with Most Wanted, there was too many players down low. Look at how often we see every single member of EG just getting a height advantage, just staying up top and doing damage across the map.
And right now, they need to be setting up at Pink as that camo's getting ready to spawn again. Roy is locking down this side of the map, or red side of the map here. You do see another player trying to push over to contest for that. Ninja's going to try to follow up on that call out there. Not going to be able to finish the kill here quite yet. Goofy with the AR out. Great job by Roy,
just
actually
absolutely flying
down.
out at him too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I like what he did. He was trying to finish off that no-shield camo player. He knows he even had fuel rod, but not going to be enough as Roy's going to finish him off. Roy, the king of not knowing how much ammo he has left in his gun all the time, especially in Pro League. Oh, tries to shoot a secondary fuel rod, but won't have the ammo there. Still finishes off the kill, though. 22-10 lead, so just still growing this one. Everyone from Panda is spawning over here towards car side, but a good job flank with Goofy here as he picks up that kill on Roy.
Yeah, Roy got punished for trying to help his teammates there, and at first I was going to commend him and say that was a great play. I think given the information that Roy had in that situation, I would have also shot there. So I don't discredit him for shooting across the map, shooting players at car, but obviously got punished in hindsight, which us casters have the benefit of having. We could have said Roy should have shot across the map.
Right, and of course this is still 26-14, 12 kill lead now. Sitting at car side, they don't have Pink necessarily, but you can just see there's a little bit more coordination here between Evil Geniuses here and their team shooting. Lunchbox taking out Goofy here, P-side the base. Roy's trying to follow up on that kill. Lunchbox does, in fact, die now. So Roy, rather than challenges Pink side, decides to just back up. Great shots to take out Cloud, who's spawning over there on car side. And, yeah, I mean, 30-15 now. They're just building this every few seconds. This lead is growing.
Roy playing completely reactive. We saw him go from Blue 2 over to car side, back to Pink side, back to car side, just helping every single spot that he can. it seemed like almost like he was rotating a bit too much. It seemed like he could have just made to a side a much earlier, but in the end, obviously helping out his teammates as much as possible. These players have great communication, and they listen to every single call out.
Now, I don't know how much ammo was left in that fuel rod below red base, but it doesn't look like anyone actually went for that. So it's something I'm starting to see more from Evil Geniuses, is that they don't go for some of those weapons that are, you know, picked off of somebody's dead body, essentially, or one that the enemy team has dropped. It's something they're going to want to pay more attention to in the future.
Yeah, those can make a huge difference, that fuel rod, especially if people funnel through narrow openings. That fuel rod can do absolutely so much damage. Just one buy shot to kill a player. Ryan and crew getting all the kills before securing this camo. This could be what they need to grab the lead. They grabbed the camo at 7:22, so they'll come up 2 minutes later. But like I said, they need some sort of huge run, and the camo could be the spark to that fire.
Yeah, I mean, they're grabbing a kill now. Oh, and with Goofy dying, it's back up to 10 kills. If they can get this down to, you know, 6 or 7 kills here going into the 40 kill mark for Evil Genius. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. One of the last 2 fuel rod shots being used to kill his own teammate. Nades coming in from car side as Ninja quickly pushes in to assist his teammate 37-26. Now back up to 11 kill lead. That really kind of seemed like it was the last hope there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously anything's possible when you have teams that are this good, and they can, you know, obviously have some huge rallies of kills. But same point, when you're going against EG, you lost that camo, like that was a great opportunity to potentially bring it back, and I think they kind of potentially blew that opportunity.
Cloud somehow not getting a trade there, so awesome job by Lunchbox, actually surviving in that situation and racking up those kills. I think you can see Panda is starting to realize or recognize maybe this is not going to be their game to win here. Evil Genius stands a really good chance of tying this one up. Roy flying in the base with the sword and surviving as he catches below. What a great nade to finish off the kill on Cloud here, 3rd player in front of the base. Goofy with some nice shots to finish off that sword carrier, but like we said, too little, too late. 45-27 lead. There's not any kind of room for error here, and when you're going up against a team like Evil Geniuses, it's not looking good.
Yeah, Team Slayer, unlike other objective games like CTF or Strongholds, it's much tougher to come back when you're at a large deficit. I mean, every death counts against you. We're not going to see some sort of miraculous comeback, I don't think, in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that would be something else if that actually happened.
I'd love to see it happen.
I mean, we saw a pretty good comeback in that first game, #1, but I think Evil Geniuses recognize their mistakes and not going to leave any room open here for them to mount any other kind of comeback.
I like how Roy was trying to actually back down. Most players, generally, when you're up by such a lead, are just going to jump out, challenge, try to get that finishing kill, but you could tell that EG were trying to go for that stake. That stake will be denied, will not be put on the order. Kitchen's already closed. But Lunchbox and crew actually just got to close this one out. I mean, it's not getting scary yet, I was going to say. At some point after you give it like 10 or so kills without anything being answered, it's like, all right, guys, let's slow it down. Let's actually close this game out. But EG, no worries there. They win the game, and that is now a 1-1 series. Evil Geniuses versus Panda Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, 50-34. They gave up a lot of unanswered kills at the end, but as you can see, that lead was so large. They did not have the ability to do so. Ninja having a strong game, sitting on 16-9.
Very strong game.
Most positive out of anyone there of the 8 players. So we got 1-1. Evil Geniuses definitely let that first game go. It was their game to win. Second game, controlled the pace the entire time. Power weapons, power-ups, everything was going in their favor that game. We're going into game #3. That's Strongholds on Empire. Evil Geniuses is done. I mean, they beat Optic Gaming in this in week 1, but of course, what does that mean when they've been struggling so much against some of these other teams here in Pro League? But with this being Empire Stronghold, such a fast-paced game could fit well for players like Ryan.
It's a very snowball game type. One team can start to get control, start to get even a trip cap, and it can be very tough to try to push out and get individual kills. So EG is a very coordinated team once they start to get on the respawn. So I think that can benefit them in a certain way. But like I said, it's this one's a tough one because we also saw Panda when they were playing this earlier against Most Wanted. They just annihilated. They were playing so well on Empire Strongholds.
Yeah, I mean, Empire Strongholds, we've seen it time and time again. The teams that can rotate back and forth the quickest generally find the most success there. And yeah, we did see Panda make a few crucial mistakes on that map, but not as many as Most Wanted were making.
That's true. That's true. So they still played fairly well on Empire Strongholds, and I felt like they kind of crushed Most Wanted. And maybe we're talking about kind of 2 different caliber teams, though. Like, we're talking about Evil Geniuses, a squad who has won numerous tournaments, whereas Most Wanted, they're arguably one of, if not the best, kind of open bracket team out there next to Panda. So it's hard to say which team is